if you want a phone call from Santa, there's an app called Message from Santa, which is really cute, and there's a bunch of ads in it, but when you actually get to the call, it's pretty nice. And, NORAD, you already mentioned that, but our favorite virtual assistant, the A word, Alex A, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Right. You mean the one that rhymes with Shmamexa?
Yes, exactly. I don't say it anymore because it literally just activates everyone's Echo speaker. So if you have one of these Echo speakers, you can say, Shemexa, enable Hey Santa, and I'm not kidding, it's such a cool Santa personality on your speaker. You can ask things like the weather, you can ask Santa to tell you a song, a story, a joke, or you can ask if you've been naughty or nice. And it's just kind of fun. My kids love it. Anytime you can interact with Santa, it's pretty fun.
Oh, I can't wait to ask it if Scott's been naughty or nice and see what it says.
What
and
do you
then
think?
be able to turn around and look at him and say, aha, I told you.
I knew it. I think he's been pretty nice.
He's been pretty nice. We'll keep him around. Hey, thank you so much for all that you have done in 2021. I know this is my last hit with you for the year, but I wish you guys nothing but health and happiness in the next year, and enjoy your holidays. And I look forward to talking with you, I guess, on the 5th.
Yeah, Jennifer, this is always one of my favorite parts of the day. I know it's early in the morning, but I do really enjoy talking to you, and of course, everyone that's listening, I really enjoy the feedback, and it's been so much fun. So 2021, kind of a weird year, but we'll look forward to a great 2022, right?
All right, absolutely. But thank you so much. Enjoy your holidays and all. We'll talk again in a couple weeks.
You too.
Thanks. See you later. That's KPLA's Rich Sumero. And of course, follow him on social media at Rich on Tech, and that includes Instagram now. He just got that page up and going. All right, when we come back, we'll talk with ABC's Matt Seiler. The Department of Defense has a plan to deploy 1,000 members of the military to various hospitals around the country that may be overwhelmed from cases of COVID-19. So we'll get some details from Matt on that plan in just a few minutes. Right now, let's get some details on your drive on the 91.
As you make your way through the Corona area, knock on wood, nothing in lanes. It was an earlier problem westbound 91 past the 71 stall up against the center divider. Seems to be on the scene, so a bit of an attention getter for you there, and that's why you're likely seeing the heavy stretches of slowing 91 westbound from as far back as Magnolia, getting out of Riverside now, updating the map as you continue through Corona passing Green River. Ongoing problems for you in Arcadia on the westbound side of the 210 at Santa Anita Avenue. All westbound lanes are shut down until further notice, and that is going to be packed in tight through drive as you come out of the Monrovia and Doherty area. Looks like that'll be heavy for you almost as far back as the 605 actually. Plan ahead for Huntington Drive or Foothill Boulevard to Service Street alternates, or the 10 westbound coming off the 605 heading toward the 710. Looks like a good alternate as well. KFI and this guy helps get to there faster. I'm Nick Polly-O'Keefe.
Every year, our team provides food and toys for less fortunate families. Hello, my name is John Okoyan, owner of Rooter Hero Plumbing. I remember one Christmas when my dad didn't have any work, and we didn't have any money. I can still recall the look of shame on his face when my brother and I only had one present to open. I was a brat and said something I shouldn't have. To this day, I am still sorry for what I said to my dad. I was selfish, and I wish I could take it all back. So I know what it's like for some families. At Rooter Hero Plumbing, we want to make Christmas special. So all this month, we are donating a portion of every plumbing and drain cleaning service we do to families in need. Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays from our family to yours. Thank you.
CO 102-88-86.
SoCal weather from KFI. Mostly cloudy. Today there is a 20% chance of rain that we'll see tonight. Better chance of rain though comes tomorrow. Definitely rain coming in on Friday and Christmas Day. We get a chance of rain in the morning, then rain likely in the afternoon. And highs for the next few days will just be in the mid-50s to lower 60s. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. It's a podcast about podcasts about podcasts.
Hello, and welcome to the podcast. I'm your host, Joe Piazza. Life is just too short to be listening to bad podcasts. Every week, we will bring you the latest, and dare I say, the greatest, in podcast releases, as we chat with some of the smartest and most talented folks in the business. You can listen to the podcast on your iHeartRadio app, or wherever you get your podcasts.
Friends, family, out-of-town guests, you've got a lot to celebrate this month, but that's also a lot of meals to prepare. Times like these, you'll want sizzling, tender hand-cut steak, or juicy lobster, or that world-famous cow bar means there's something for everybody to celebrate. Whether you're looking for a quick and easy solution for the big day, or a great place to gather the other 30 nights of December, here we're open, and best of all, we're delicious. For the nearest Sizzler restaurants, go to locations.com. Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/SPARK. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
San Manuel Casino is changing its name and changing its game. San Manuel Casino is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. With 2 new casino floors, now with over 6,500 slots, the most in the West. A new high-end room for 5 elevated gaming experiences, new luxury retail shops, restaurants and bars, and even more thrills to come. Experience a level of thrill that California has never seen before. San Manuel Casino is now Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21. Please gamble responsibly.
The holidays are the most wonderful time of the year, but they can also be the most stressful. And with the threat of COVID-19 still looming, emotions are high, and it can be overwhelming. Cal Hope can help with free emotional support for you and your loved ones this holiday season. Call 833-317-4673 or live chat at calhope.org today.
Visit McKinnonCars.com before you purchase your new automobile this holiday season.
Live and local.
Kfi Am 640.
An iHeart radio station.
Have a holly jolly Christmas. It's the best time of the year.
Go Dottie.
Now I don't know if there'll be snow, but have a cup of cheer.
Yes, ma'am.
Have a holly.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeart Radio app. On this Wednesday morning, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LA County's health director says Omicron will quickly become the predominant local strain of COVID-19. Barbara Ferrer told the Board of Supervisors yesterday, unless the vaccination rate improves, hospital beds could quickly fill. Healthcare workers in California will be required to get a COVID-19 vaccine booster shot. The LAPD says it's looking for 3 people who keep robbing 7-Eleven. And a student at Redlands High School has unofficially broken 2 Rubik's Cube world records. He beat the time for completing a cube while juggling and while hanging upside down. Right now, let's say good morning to ABC's Matt Seiler. So, Matt, tell me more about this plan from the Defense Department to deploy all these members of the military to help with hospitals that are dealing with COVID-19.
Good morning, Jennifer. Thanks so much for having me. So, you heard from President Biden yesterday. He's ordered the Pentagon to mobilize 1,000 troops to head into overburdened local hospitals now with COVID relief. So I spoke to a military official about this last night to get a little bit more context. And what they told me is that this should be seen more as an order by the president for the military to identify these 1,000 and have them ready for such a mission. But not necessarily that we're going to see 1,000 troops parachuting in across the country all at once. It's important to identify these resources and have them available because we're talking about military medical personnel. These are specialists, doctors, nurses, respiratory therapists. And right now they're very much in an early planning phase and assessing needs where, what states, what hospitals have the most need.
And I think that that's probably important, even if it's nothing more than an optics level, it gives people in the U.S. the image that, okay, we are ready for this. This is so serious that we've even got the military backup there needed just in case.
Yeah, and it's also not without precedent. So throughout the pandemic, troops have been helping out hospitals, something like 5,100 since the beginning of the pandemic. As we talked this morning, though, there's about 190 across 5 states helping out. And so, you know, if we do indeed see this whole 1,000 deployed in the coming months, you know, that's a 5-fold increase of where we're at right now. So I think that is kind of an indication of maybe what the administration is seeing and what their concerns are with the seriousness of the virus in the country and the way things are headed.
Well, I remember when we saw the hospital ship Comfort and Mercy in New York and Los Angeles that was one big indicator that, hey, we were ready just in case. And thankfully, at least here, we never really had to use our hospital ship. Things, ended up being okay. But it was just nice to know that they were there as a backup. And even seeing, the ship sitting out there in the harbor kind of made you go, okay, things are going to be okay. We've got that backup necessary. What specifically, if these 1,000 troops do have to be put into use immediately, what would some of their specific jobs be?
Yeah, good question. And it's interesting. You bring up the ships. Earlier on in the pandemic, there was a lot of experimenting with these kind of alternate care sites. The Javits Center was one. And yes, the two ships, which are very symbolic of hope. This big white ship with a big red cross on it. But it's interesting. What they found over time, if you get it steamboat, among other reasons, because if the place is overburdened and you've got lots of people on ventilators, moving somebody in that condition, this is moving someone out of the hospital where they're already at and getting them onto a ship is maybe more difficult than it's worth. So what they've found is they shifted their focus over time to just bringing care to where the people already are at. And that's kind of what this deployment is, an ongoing deployments are. These are teams of usually 15 to 20 military medical professionals. So again, these are the core group of doctors, nurses, and respiratory therapists. And they've sort of honed the components of these groups. They've been what they think is the most efficient version and over a period of improvement over the last couple of years. And what they're able to do is kind of parachute into a local hospital, you hire staff, or the staff is overworked, so the hospital just doesn't have the capacity to help its community in a way it needs to. They're able to go in there, they spend the first few days just getting oriented, getting the lay of the land, how does this team, this local team run their systems, and then they start taking up shifts right alongside their civilian peers. And they're able to run their own COVID work. It's just a huge relief for the hospitals that they do go into and help.
Absolutely. I mean, that's one of the biggest things that we heard is from the Ford healthcare workers that were just basically working non-stop when you had the hardest portion of the pandemic with people in the hospital. These healthcare workers almost weren't leaving. They were so overwhelmed. It was just sort of like they were working 24/7 it felt like.
Yeah, and some of these jobs, talk about their dedication. There's two things right now that President Biden also mentioned that's and all the getting ready stuff in two more states. There's one team that's already arrived in Indiana, in a hospital in Indianapolis, and they're in that onboarding phase I'm talking about right now. So they're getting their lay of the land, and that's how they start their first shift, either on or around. And then another team just was about to arrive in Green Bay beginning next week in Wisconsin, and they're about to start their first actual working shift on New Year's Eve. So it's a lot of dedication. Either and spend your holidays with the community in the local hospital, and helping the service patients there. And this kind of is what they signed up for. And the local staff as well. And we've got to hear from a lot of them throughout the summit. It's always been interesting talking to the troops who go on these deployments and then also their civilian counterparts. They just express this gratitude and being able to work on such a sort of historic and important and timely mission. Especially for the military staff, because these are people that signed up for the military, and but they're working with other service members that might be, treating combat wounds overseas or working in a military hospital. But now they find themselves in a local civilian hospital for American citizens. It's just a totally different and unique experience for them. And I hope a lot of them express that. It's really interesting.
Don't worry. And that is such a beautiful sentiment. And that's why thank you so much, Matt. It was nice chatting with you. I hope to do it again another time.
Yes, thank you. Happy holidays.
Hey, you too. This is Matt Tyler. But you know what? I never thought about it like that. That you are a member of the military. You're used to being overseas or helping your, fellow member of the military, whether you're at war or whatever. But it's rare that you probably see a fellow American service. And I never thought about it. So these are the one thing that, it's not the thing that they signed up for, and whether they were in the military or whether they were a healthcare provider in one of these hospitals. That is true, absolutely. But I just, from you to all of you who are working in the healthcare system, whether it's, well, shoot, if it's a member of the military, if it's a first responder, if it's a healthcare worker, whatever, and you guys are working on over the holidays, we understand and we appreciate you because you've got to step away from your family. You probably have kids at home that are like, hey, why isn't mom or dad home on Christmas morning? And mom and dad, or mom or dad, is helping the greater good. They're doing something bigger than themselves, and that's a pretty amazing thing for a kid. And even though that child might not understand that for, 10, 15 years from now until they get a little bit older, and they may just be sad that mom or dad aren't there that morning, when they get to look back and see, man, my parents weren't even able to be home on Christmas because they had to do something bigger than themselves. That's a pretty impactful lesson to teach your kids. So anyway, hats off to you. Thank you all for what you do because it doesn't go unnoticed, that's for sure. Let me get back to some of these stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Prosecutors in the Netherlands have demanded, oh, I'm going to sneeze, hold on. Oh, thank you. All right, have demanded life sentences for 3 men or the men who shot down a Malaysia Airlines flight. They say the 4 men used a Russian missile to bring down the plane over eastern Ukraine in 2014. South Africa has had to drop in new COVID-19 cases in recent days. Medical experts say that may mean the country's Omicron surge has passed its peak. South Africa is where Omicron was first identified. Independent retailers say the supply chain issues that have plagued big stores might work in their favor this week. Small stores ordered decorations and toys and stocking stuffers and other items early this year, so they say the shortages at the big outlets may actually attract more last-minute shoppers into their stores. Oh, I love this story. There was this little baby sea otter that was found orphaned off of Pismo Beach. Well, this baby sea otter has a brand new home, and it's at the Aquarium of the Pacific in Long Beach. It's a 14-week-old southern sea otter that was found by Marine Mammal Center's responders who found out that, hey, this orphan pup isn't going to survive on its own in the wild. So we have to take it in and offer it sort of a surrogacy program, if you will. Well, the pup's been receiving round-the-clock care, which includes feeding him every 1 to 3 hours. He's been living with one of the aquarium's female sea otters and is looking healthy and gaining weight. And they say when he arrived to the aquarium just a few weeks ago, he only weighed about 10 pounds. The sea otter pup, who doesn't have a name yet, will officially join the aquarium's other sea otter residents on December 28th. Very cool. So, I didn't know this too, that California sea otters were hunted to near extinction in the early 1900s. I didn't know they were now a protected species, but I didn't know that they were almost extinct in the 1900s. So, the population has grown from 50 of them in 1938 to nearly 3,000 today. Great news. And finally, animal shelters in California are saying, please adopt, don't shop. Not when it comes to buying a dog or cat. Not when it comes to buying or adopting, a rabbit. It's guinea pigs. Apparently, shelters are overwhelmed with guinea pigs. And it looks like a lot of these little critters are being surrendered by their owners. The first wave of the pandemic, they say, brought many small pet, or as they call them, pocket pet adopters into the different shelters. And they say now we're experiencing another wave, but this time the tide is not in the animal's favor, and these small animals are coming in. So right now, LASPCA has 8 guinea pigs listed on its website, and their names are so cute. Han, Isaac, Leia, Newton, Patrick, Kira, Reggie, and Carmelo. They're all at the adoption centers in Hawthorne and Long Beach. So if you are looking for a guinea pig right now, they are right there waiting for you to come adopt. All right, when we come back, we are going to talk about a few business stories this morning, including a salad recall. I'll tell you which ones and why. The CSA actually might have a way to help you out, make it easier for you when you go through security, and keep you from losing one thing that I often am like, who did I put that thing? Because I'm going through security. And Tesla has a present for its car owners over the holidays. I'll tell you what it is. Right now, let's get another look at the 210.
As you're making your way westbound along the 210, getting to the Arcadia area, it looks like it's still going to be a mess for your drive. 210 westbound, a little bit of improvement for you here. Was all westbound lanes shut down, and it looks like you got problems but it appears that the right lane has reopened, and even people are getting by on the right shoulder. So I wouldn't recommend the right shoulder situation, but westbound side of the 210 going to be heavy stretches are flowing for you overall out of Azusa from as far back as Azusa Avenue. Definitely avoid the 210 and plan for the 10 westbound, even though that's starting to get busy as you get out of the Covinas, or West Covina rather, from before Vincent to Baldwin Park towards the 605. 60 westbound, so far so good, not looking too bad for your drive as you come off the 57 out of Diamond Bar. Now getting out of the Diamond Bar area, the 60 westbound, it is going to be a bit busy for your drive as you make your way through the Chino area, off the 71 for the 57. So to find this guy helps get there faster, I'm Nick Collier.
If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on the payroll through the pandemic, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee, and this is not a loan, this is a grant. The challenge is getting your hands on this money. This is a bureaucracy. InnovationRefunds.com cuts through the red tape, helps you get the cash. They do all of the legwork. They don't charge a penny until you receive the money, and what they do is simply share a percentage of the money they get for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund. Now, their average client gets $250,000. That's impressive. Go to InnovationRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. InnovationRefunds.com. It's no risk, and it certainly is high reward. InnovationRefunds.com. They help me. I'm sure they can help you. InnovationRefunds.com.
This report is sponsored by Anthem Blue Cross.
Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/SPARK. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California. Hi, this is Dan Patrick, and here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network, presented by Mercedes-Benz.
LeBron James had very little help in the Lakers' loss to the Suns. Taylor Horton Tucker shot 1 for 13 from the field in his return from health and safety protocols. The Rams were able to overcome a COVID-19 outbreak to beat the Seahawks. LA navigated a crazy week which saw nearly 30 players on the COVID-19 list. And former USC quarterback Keaton Slovis is transferring to Pittsburgh. I'm Misty Jordan.
They say good things come to those who wait. The 2021 Mercedes-Benz SUV family proves otherwise. It takes no time at all to set up a test drive at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Norm Reed's Honda Superstore has your roadmap for a super holiday upgrade during Happy Honda Day. Return your Honda Leaf
New
for a
intro
Honda Leaf
with
Return
Gov
Super Service, or swap your old ride for a brand new Honda. And with more vehicles arriving for the holidays, you'll get a super selection and a super experience. Every new Norm Reed's Honda is backed by our exclusive price protection guarantee, which states if you can find the same new Honda for less within 5 days, Norm Reed's will pay you the difference or buy your vehicle back. Discover the joy of the season and upgrade at Norm Reed's Honda Superstore during Happy Honda Day. Visit our super award-winning Norm Reed's Honda Superstore location in Huntington Beach, West Covina, the Irvine Auto Center, and the #1 Honda store in the world in the Cerritos Auto Square. Plus, we're now open in Vista. Shop online at normreeds.com.
As for Global Honda New Vehicle Sales 2020.
Shop Mattress Firm's year-end sale and put an end to junk food. Save up to $500 when you get a kickback for the price of a queen or queen for a twin. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying ceiling purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop Continental Brands and get up to 50% off select mattresses, like Felix twin mattresses starting at $224.99, or Certa twin mattresses at $349.99. And shop with confidence thanks to our low price guarantee. Only at Mattress Firm. Restrictions apply.
In 2007, Marine First Lieutenant Travis Manion was killed in Iraq after saving his wounded teammates. Travis's legacy lives on through the words he spoke before his final deployment. If not me, then who? Words that today fuel the spirit of Travis Manion Foundation. And through TMF, these words can live in you too. Show the world what you're made of, because character is invisible until it's not. Find out how you can strengthen the character of your community alongside empowered veterans families of the fallen, and inspired civilians at Travis Manning.
In 1992, Melissa Tate identifies Rodney Lincoln as her mother's killer. Then in 2015, Melissa says Rodney didn't do it. On the Real Killer podcast, Leah Rothman reveals what may be a miscarriage of justice.
It was one of the most brutal crimes in St. Louis history. A single mother murdered. Her 2 young daughters barely survived the attack. I'm on a mission to find the real killer.
Listen to The Real Killer on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Celebrate the new year with a resolution you can easily achieve. Address hair loss and regrow your own natural hair with the same simple one-day treatment that I received from Advanced Hair. Get your free consultation, $250 off, and 250 free hair grafts at AdvancedHair.com.
We have a lot to celebrate this holiday season, but COVID-19 hasn't gone away. So let's make sure to keep our celebration safer by following these tips. Get vaccinated to protect loved ones, and get a booster to keep your immunity strong. Wear a mask in all public indoor settings, and if possible, keep gathering small, short, and outdoors if you're uncertain of everyone's vaccination status. Bring on the cheer safely this year. Find a vaccine near you at myturn.ca.gov. Brought to you by the California Department of Public Health.
Over the last 30 years, 8 million U.S. service members have returned home after serving our country around the world. The biggest challenge a returning vet faces is getting back to everyday life. And the key to that is personal wellness. iHeartRadio has teamed up with some of America's biggest veteran organizations and programs to create Show Your Stripes, a one-stop destination for veterans and their families to find the resources they need. If you're a veteran facing challenges, or if you're looking out for the well-being of a veteran you know, visit showyourstripes.org today.
Portions of the following program will be recorded.
Hey, it's Steve Gregory. This week on Unsolved, an encore presentation of The Man in the Box. In 2008, a property manager discovered a metal box buried under a dirt road near DeVore. Inside, an unidentified man. Learn how investigators found out who he was and why he may have been there. And we'll also look at the case of Christopher Perez, a young man shot and killed in a park in La Fuente.
Unsolved with Steve Gregory. This Saturday night at 8 on KFI.
Jingle bell, we prioritize fit and finish as evidenced by one-touch window functionality, a roof rack, and leather upholstery. Audio features
I'm laughing because Tyler in my ear goes,
13 speakers, ensuring optimal sound no matter where you're seated.
is that I once had a dream of being George Strait.
Features such as
Oh yeah,
front
this
side
kid used to
impact
tool
airbags,
around
and emergency
stairs and was in a band and played my guitar and sang my little heart out all day long. And I have a huge voice in case nobody noticed. So I can't sing girl songs. Way too high for me. And so my repertoire was Garth Brooks, George Strait, Clint Black. Yeah. You throw a Reba song my way, I'm like, what? What is that soprano doing over here? Even though I know she's not, but oh boy. I went and saw George in concert in Vegas a few years ago. 3 years ago now? And I know that guy is, shall we call him a senior? He's a legacy artist in country music. That guy put on a 2-hour show non-stop. And it was a 4-corner stage in Vegas, and he would just play 2 songs to one corner, and he just moseyed. I mean, there was no real speed, I guess you could say, with George getting from one corner of the stage to the other, and yet you were like, I can't wait till he gets to my corner of the stage. Mosey on over here, George. Every song, every note was perfect. It's exactly what I needed. Anyway, thank you, Tyler, for George. You are loving me this morning, George and Dolly and Reba. That you want